And just like that, we're live. So, hoorah.
Roll 20, get your shit together.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty annoying. So, let's see. Alright, so... Last session... What happened last session? Let's see. You guys started off in the prison. That's where we picked up halfway through what was going on. Let's see. You guys made a diversion to try and you ended up sort of fighting the prison guards. Miss sort of semi befriended one. Gotran definitely kicked one in the balls. So the majority of you got out into the hallway, and then you kind of got lost roaming around the castle because Melody definitely knew the way out, except for she didn't. And then Clancy,
with real life too.
Clancy put himself to sleep, and then he awoke to some chaos going on inside the prison and kind of skedaddled out of there. Then you guys managed to get to where the lift was, and you took a dwarf at knife point and made him get you down the lift. And then after you navigated through the maze of tunnels to get towards the exit to the slums, you definitely murdered him, and Clancy ate him. And apparently he tasted like dirt, so there's that. Dwarves taste like dirt. Then you guys headed back to the chateau. Gottrand went to the Thieves Guild and collected on his bounty. And then caused a commotion because drunkenly walked up to the gate just demanding to be let in. And then Clancy, air quotes, helped. But eventually got back inside. Clancy also had a word with Darren about getting the mage to show him or something, show the dragon the dwarf cloaking trick. Additionally, you guys had a chat with Darren about his father, and you guys sort of indicated that he was orchestrating something nefarious by keeping a crazy god in the basement. Darren had no knowledge of this, and was really having a hard time dealing with it. He's decided he's going to return back to Ugrin to talk to Hagar, the duke that more or less, raised him, and get his sort of take on the whole scenario. And you guys were going to take off on your quest to defeat the gnomes, as it were. You've requested some like a cart and a driver for the trip, and we're sort of waking up on the morning of your departure, as well as Darren's departure. You did not find the female dragon in the prison, so that mystery's still out there. Also, just to recap for myself, so that it's recorded. A few sessions ago, you guys had a meeting with the king, and he basically asked you to go defeat the gnomes because basically they don't like what they're doing, and it's in some way hindering the dwarves' business. And while you were in there, the king's advisor had a staff with an orb on top of it. Clancy was pretty interested in that. He gave you a bag that allows you to pass items back and forth. It's like a bag of holding, except for it's like a bag of exchange, I suppose. And it's a sort of mini portal from one location to another. So you've got that. You guys did go on a shopping trip where you got a plethora of things, many of which I don't remember, but I'm sure I'll regret giving them to you later. I know Clancy has the tiniest mouth harp in the world.
Yep.
Yep. And let's see. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I've left out. Also, while you guys were in the castle, you did run into Brutus and the great shaman Ricky, and it seemed like they might have had a chicken with them. And then Mist opened the cages for Padishar and Giuseppe. Shortly after you guys left, there was definitely a commotion down in the prison, but what happened or what that led to, we don't know at this moment. So, the elf that Gotrin killed on behalf of the Thieves Guild was Radgast, the Dark Elf. We don't know anything about him because it was a
stabby.
it was definitely a kill on sight scenario. So, anything else? Am I forgetting anything?
Dumb question. Are the cameras working right now? Or are they all?
They are not working.
Okay.
Yeah, Roll20 is being dumb. I don't know.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't me.
Yeah, like my camera works. I can see me,
Yeah, I can see me too.
but I can only see me. I can't see anyone else. And also, I can't hear anybody through Roll20, which is also dumb. And I've been through all my settings. You know, I checked all the video and audio settings. They're turned on and made sure that I had granted access for video and audio to Roll20 through Chrome, which I have. I even went through and cleared out my computer's history and cache to make sure that there wasn't just some weird loop thing going on. That's not it. So I don't know what's going on. I searched the internet for like problems with Roll20, but if other people are having the same problem, I don't see any like major posts about it. So I don't know. We may have to try logging into a different game to see if just somehow this particular game isn't corrupted. So, which would suck because I would really hate to have to port over all of the stuff that I have in this game to a different one. But that aside, so you guys actually let's cut to the night of just before you wake up in the morning. Melody, you're sleeping in your bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And roll a discern realities for me.
Okay. Yeah, I discern the things.
Nice. So you definitely feel tiny. You're awoken even by like the feel of tiny feet walking across your body.
No, what?
Ugh.
And you open your eyes, and there Tyrone is just staring at you. Yeah. And so Tyrone's looking down at you. Do you say anything, Tyrone?
Absolutely. I try to hold him.
He does that thing that cats do when they get rigid or when they don't want to be held.
I know.
Do you hold him anyways, or do you attempt to hold him anyways?
A little, like very, very gently, but yeah, I kind of hug him and I'm like, "Hey, you're back."
He's like, "Get off me, woman."
Okay.
And then so he kind of slinks off to the side of the bed, and he says, he's kind of looking at you and says, "You still haven't dealt with that thing inside you, have you?"
Define thing and define dealt with.
He says, that evil lurking in and around you.
Tyrone, that's called daddy issues.
He says, "Oh God, it's just gotten worse." He says, "So what are you doing here?"
You know, doing crazy things that involve prisons and
He says,
you know.
He says, "Oh, you were in the prison."
Yeah.
Oh, he says, "Were you the ones that unlocked the cages?"
Some of us unlocked some cages. Yes.
He says, "Oh, wow. That certainly made our job much easier, so I guess thanks are in order."
Yeah, sure.
He says, "All right. Well, I sensed your presence, so I came to check up on you."
Aw,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Yeah. He says, look, things are going to get crazy around here real soon. Maybe you should not be here.
I'll pass that along to everyone else.
He says, now, look, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but if you carry on the way that you keep going, you might destroy yourself and everyone around you.
I heard that long before whatever this was, and I'll probably hear that long after.
He says, well, I didn't really care about you, but,
wow,
you know, our souls are tied together, and I'd hate to waste a life on your death.
Thanks, I guess?
He says, yeah, well, anyways, till we meet again. And then he starts to, like, walk out the window.
Okay.
And then he just turns back and looks at you. And then, like, you know, lingers for a second and then, like, jumps out the window.
Okay.
And then, do you just turn over and go back to sleep?
Well, I mean, like, it's still kind of early, like, middle of the night, right?
Yeah, it's like, you know, midnight, 1 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah. I would assume that, like, no one else is awake, so yeah, I'd probably
Right.
go back to sleep.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, so you guys wake up the next morning. As you're getting out of bed, you definitely notice there's a lot of hustle and bustle around the house. It looks like things are being stowed away. Looks like windows are being boarded up. Like the house is basically being prepared to, like, not be used for a while. And so the staff are rushing around doing that. And you see Darren. He's got, like, traveling clothes on, and he's like shouldering a bag on his back, and checking some things to see. It looks like he's, like, making sure he's got everything he needs. So as you guys sort of emerge into this, is anyone doing or saying anything?
I replay what happened last night.
Cool. Everything? I mean, even about the whole, like, you're a danger to yourself and everyone around you?
No, of course I leave that part out.
Yeah, okay. You said everything, so I was making sure.
When I say everything, I mean, like, okay, they said things are about to get crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And the cat's working with the people that we had, like, opened up the doors for.
Yeah. Well, he didn't say that. He just said that was advantageous
We made it easy, yeah.
for him and whoever he was with.
Yeah. Same too.
So upon hearing this information, does anyone else have any further thoughts or discussion on it?
No, I almost forgot about the cat.
Bad face.
I asked her, how long have you been talking to cats?
I look over and say, too long.
I learned this cool thing, that a lot of, like, would it be ranger or would it be the druid? Anyway, the spirit tongue.
Yeah. Well, and then
And fun fact, we're soul tied.
yeah. Melody and the cat are soulbound. Which is a very gross story.
Yeah, it's sure. I swallowed a gem that was basically hawked up in a hairball
Purpose?
to gain access to money.
Yep, that's
Hey.
true.
That's true.
I understand the money.
Yeah. I did something pretty gross for 500 gold. I could say the same for, like, some small towns around the village and carts that we don't name.
I mean,
That's a lot of gold.
I mean, it's basically, you know, millions of dollars. So I mean, it is one of those, like, you know, I'd cut off a finger for it or something.
Dumb question. A gold is about a normal person's year's wages, 5 years' wages.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, a gold is probably like a at least a normal person's wages, if not more.
Some people have never seen a gold before.
Right.
Okay, just trying trying to get that.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, it's like a so think of as bronze is kind of like almost like pennies or whatever, and then silvers are kind of like $5 to $10 notes essentially, but then the gold is definitely like $1,000 pieces or more. Maybe even 2,000-3,000 at least. But yeah, I mean, gold's worth like an insane amount. Now, I mean, you guys have been buying things here for gold because this is the land of the wealthy. It's the insanely rich live here.
And they're racist, so most of us, they see somebody and they see a sucker.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, like most inns are going to deal in like bronze and silver. It's rare out and about in regular places. Yeah. So, yeah, it's worth a lot for sure. So, at any rate, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, she relays that you guys sort of have a discussion about the whole cat thing. And does anyone ask who the cat's working with? Because the cat says he's working with someone, right? But not who.
Well, I clearly didn't ask, so.
Right, but I mean, they wouldn't know that, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you said he said it made it easier for them? Who's them?
You and I both know that Tyrone does not work in, like, very detailed words.
Tyrone
I bet he worked with the chicken.
Fucking
They're both
chicken.
animals, right?
They are both animals.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
So, cool. So yeah, Darren says, leans over to Mist and says, "Hey, Mist."
Yeah, man.
He says, "Listen, if you guys would hang back just a little bit once we get outside the city, I kind of want to have a chat with you, but I don't want to discuss it here."
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah, cool. And so he and some of his escorts leave, and then there's escorts left behind to sort of escort you to the exit. Do you have any last things you want to do before that happens?
Steal all the money.
There's not really a lot of money in his little chateau. He's basically just taking care of whatever he needs is brought to him. So I mean, there's
Steal
dirt.
the plates.
There's dirt wine. There's plates. There's silverware. There's also like staff all around doing stuff.
Totally don't want dirt wine. That shit's gross.
I totally want the silverware.
So you're gonna try and steal the silverware?
Yes.
All right, roll a dex. You managed to get like a fistful of silverware before someone starts kind of looking over at your way, trying to see what it is you're doing. So, let's say you get like, I don't know, 4 forks, 2 spoons, and 2 knives.
Cool.
Yeah, and they're made of let's see.
So dirt.
They're made of platinum.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I mean, Darren's daddy is like the richest person in the continent, so seemingly, anyways.
Is there a Mrs. Darren's daddy?
You don't know. No one has ever asked. Yeah, no one has ever asked. So there very well could be. I mean, maybe Gotrin knows.
Not one you would ever want to meet.
Yeah. Actually, roll a spout lore, which would be on your intellect. For Darren. Darren, for Gotrin.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know shit.
Yeah, you have no clue.
You tell me the wrong story.
Yeah, you're like yeah. He's married to like an octopus, and it's yeah. You still
Very clearly wrong.
It reminds me of Clancy.
Hey, I'm not an octopus.
That's
Yeah.
right. You're a pustoct. All right, so yeah, you guys make your way. Let's see, your escort leads you to the exit. I grab the right mouse and move things. So yeah, you sort of get led. Where did it go? Out this gate here, and led towards the exit of the sort of the cave system in which you're in. And can you guys see that?
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys you arrive here, out of the mouth of the cave, and Darren is out there, and then there's a cart waiting for you guys, and Darren's in his own sort of private cart, and the cart has 4 horses. It's the cart's big enough to where like you guys can all fit inside comfortably, and there is one dwarven driver up front. And he just sitting there and he kind of looks back at you, and then he turns back. Darren walks up to you guys, and he's like, "Hey, if you guys could just kind of come over here," and he sort of beckons you off to the side.
Drugs.
Yeah. Do you?
Okay.
Yeah. And he says, "So listen, this is real, hush hush at the moment. It's not public knowledge, but there seems to have been a ruckus in the prison, and I wanted to ask, is that something you guys were a part of?"
Not that you know of.
He says, "I get that, but I mean, off the record, did you beat up some guards and set some prisoners free?"
Oh man, but I did hear a really loud fucking explosion when we were leaving.
He says, "Yeah, no, it's the strangest thing. There was a hole ripped in the side of the prison. It looked like I don't know. Someone set up explosive charges, and the guards they're pretty beat and battered, but they don't have any memory at all of what happened. In fact, they've lost about 24 hours worth of memory."
That's crazy.
And I know
Nah,
you guys.
man, we walked right out the front door the same way we came in.
He says, "Yeah, well, and the 2 guys I sent down with you, while unharmed, also have no memory. They don't even remember you guys."
That's weird.
I says, "Yeah. But anyways, there was a dead prisoner, a dark elf, I think, and then we had a wood elf that has disappeared, and then Giuseppe, who I guess, also disappeared. And then there's a goblin. They found the goblin just running around free. He was just doing weird things. When they found him, he was humping one of the guards."
That's fantastic.
And he says, and you guys didn't go in the... Oh, yeah, well, he knew that. He said, and you guys definitely didn't set free whatever you said was in the bottom basement?
Oh man, I don't know what the fuck that thing was, but no, it's locked in there, and you really should figure out why the fuck that thing's there.
Like I said, that's why I'm visiting Hagar. I'm going to talk to him and seek his counsel, see if he knows anything, and then, if not, then come back and confront my father. Okay, well, just if it was you, and I'm not saying it was, I don't. Hopefully, there's no traces left behind.
Like I said, not that you know of.
It's okay. All right. Well, I wish you luck on your quest, and hopefully, I'll see you in the near future.
Hopefully, we see you.
Cool. And He's walking to his cart, and he hops inside. And can you all roll a discern realities for me?
Buddy.
Sure.
Just sound-
Woo!
Roll a
no,
discern
okay,
realities.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
I don't wanna.
I don't see anything. I'm
never
blind.
see anything. Eh. Let's see something.
Wow. Yeah. So and then we don't have James. Because they know.
James is
No,
playing Destiny
there's
right now.
Of course he is.
No,
Well-
I'm actually not playing anything. Me and her are having a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not actually doing anything. I'm literally just sitting in orbit. I'm literally not playing anything currently. I can hear y'all, but I'm talking to her, so I'm paying
Yeah.
more attention to her because we're having a conversation. Sorry.
You gotta tell her it's game night.
He knows this.
All right. Well, yeah. So
Priorities, man.
Melody and Gottran, you don't see anything. Yeah. I mean, you
What's
guys
going
are
on?
you guys are picking your nose. I don't know, something. And
I'm having a conversation with the goon. I'm just kidding.
yeah. So Mist, you notice something odd about Darren's driver for his cart. It has elf ears, and which seems weird for coming leaving the Dwarven Kingdom. And Clancy, not that you would necessarily care, but you can see enough of the face of the driver to know that it's definitely Hawkins.
Hmm.
So, but you're the only one that knows that for sure. And whether you share that information or not, that's up to you.
No, you were right. I don't care.
Right, I didn't think Clancy would even really care. And then Darren's cart rolls away, and then the. Do you guys introduce yourself to the driver at all?
Yeah, I do. 100%.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Hi.
And he says, "Oi, use the adventurers. Come to slay the gnomes."
That'd be us.
He says, "All right, well, can't say as I've ever driven a group of people so diversified as yourself, but pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is it's Caleb."
No, it's not.
I can't say that I've ever worked with such an inbred person either, but my name is Bill.
What did you say?
Bill.
Bill. He says, "I knew a Bill once. Kind of an asshole."
Yeah.
I should just look over and be like, I am also Bill.
He says, "Y'all's got the same mother?"
Is it
Hi,
your mom too?
I'm their mother.
He looks over and he says,
Nah, man. Your wife's not our mom.
"His wife?"
I meant to say his sister is not our mother.
He says, "Well, I mean, my sister's also my wife, so
Yeah, I know.
you'd have to be my child if that were true."
Or are you my child?
He says, "I don't think that's possible. I'm a dwarf.
I
You don't look like no dwarf I ever saw."
I
I
love
don't know.
this.
You look a lot like me.
Can I be your child?
He looks over at you and he says, "I don't even know what you are. Never
Me
seen
either.
never seen a thing like you before."
I just lean over, whisper to Clancy, and be like, call him daddy, make it weird.
So,
I'm gonna lean really close to him and whisper, "Daddy."
and he just kind of looks at you and he's like, "Huh. Well, I guess you'd have to be insane to have to go and want to take on the gnomes all by your lonesome. So this makes sense."
All by herself. You're going with us, man.
He says,
Good point.
I'm just driving. I ain't
That's
fighting
not
no
what
gnomes."
the king said. He said you were right up on it. He was sending you with us to help.
He says, "I got no skills in fighting. I only got skills in
Oh,
driving."
we got plenty of time. I'll teach you.
Here's a stick.
Yep. And I sharpen the end of it.
Look at that enhancements.
He says, ain't enough
Then I
dirt.
do like stabbing motions.
He's like, ain't enough dirt wine in the world. Ask me fight no gnomes.
What if we threw in
We
dirt
can-
wine and a drumstick of whatever animal is delicious here?
He says, ma'am, are you special?
Not as special as you.
Thank you.
I asked Miss, do we know where we're going? Do we have a good idea where we're going?
I don't, but this fucking driver does.
You do.
No.
So I don't. You
My-
may not recall, but you had like a meeting with sort of the I don't know, war council or whatever while you were in the castle.
Oh, that's right.
And they did point
But
out.
we can find it without. So we could basically find the place without.
Yeah. I mean,
I
so
would assume yes.
yeah. I mean, so we discussed that the Gnomish stronghold or whatever is just south of Kirmaru's, so right here. So Kirmaru's here, and then like just south of it is where they believe, where the gnome base is essentially. You guys are currently sort of up in here in this area. So I mean, this is going to be like a week-long trip essentially, just to get there. So yeah, I mean, you guys can go back and forth with this guy. And while you're doing that, I think maybe Simba sort of just like leans over to one or more of you, and says, "Why does this guy act like that?"
I really don't know, kid.
Okay. And after you guys went for a while,
Family tree is a stick.
he just
No branches.
he just
No branches.
Simba sort of
No
like just
leaves.
thrusts
No
his
roots.
hands out, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Simba." And Caleb looks over him and says, "Well, you seem to be a youngin'. Don't get yourself killed. I ain't looking after you." And Simba's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm okay. I mean, I'm I'm strong." And he's like,
I
"Whatever."
look over at him. I'm like, good recovery, kid.
He's like,
Yeah.
"Thanks." But like loud enough that everyone can hear it. And the guy's like, "We gonna keep yapping, or you won't get on our way?"
Can't you talk and drive at the same time?
He says, "I can, but I can't drive with you not in the cart."
I go
Hey,
over and
before
ask
we
Miss,
start-
do we want this driver or do we just want to go?
Nah, man, it'll be fun to fuck with this guy the whole way.
I just roll
Alright.
into the cart
Works for me.
awkwardly.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, buddy, you got like this shit drooling down your chin or something. Wipe that off before we go. Come on.
I mean, he's got like a beard, so he's kind of like
Yeah, it's coming off his beard, man. It's gross.
he's kind of tries to look down
It's
at
like
his
a bird
beard.
shit on you.
He trying to look down at his beard. Can't see it that well. And he just like shrugs. And he says, "All right, we're going." And he goes, "Yeah," And
Yeah,
the cart,
saving it for later. Good call.
the cart starts
That's what
to
I was
pull.
thinking, yeah.
And he sort of calls out, "Get on or walk."
I'm already on. I've
Yeah.
really awkwardly rolled on.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to sit on his lap.
I am gonna sit next to this.
I'm going to attempt to sit on Clancy's lap while he's sitting on his lap.
He if you try to sit in his lap, he's immediately just gonna like try and push you off.
Yeah, no.
He's a dwarf. What's he gonna do about it?
And
Size
he's
difference.
just gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
No, you told me to get on.
He says, "The cart, not me."
Looks like you got the
You're
best
on
seat
the
in the
cart.
house, Clancy.
And I mean, he looks done and defeated, and he just wants to be on his way.
And I just lean up behind and I was like, seems cozy.
He's-
It's just like revert back into the cart.
he says, "I don't get paid enough for this shit." And do you still continue to try and sit on his lap?
No, I'll just sit directly behind him.
Okay. And Mister, you still sitting beside him?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
You
So-
can see like an impatient child.
And I would like to say that I pretend like I'm sleeping and I keep like drowsing and putting my head on his shoulder.
Simba is, Gray seems to be deep in thought, and so Simba like doesn't want to bother him because he's been yelled at before for bothering him, and so he leans over to Gotran, and Simba says, "Hey, Gotran."
Yeah.
Is it normal to marry your sister?
Never.
Oh, okay. But what if your sister is the only girl of your species?
No.
Never. So just
Oh,
get that out
no.
of you.
Okay.
No.
We're not doing any Greek mythology transcraft here.
I
Okay.
hear banjos.
I look at him. I'm like, that's a terrible idea, kid.
Okay. I just didn't know. I don't.
Are you having special uncomfortable feelings about your sister, Simba?
What does that mean?
Oh God. His dad needs to take care of this. I'm just gonna go over here and pretend I didn't start that conversation.
He says, I'm not even sure I know what it means to be married, but I don't know. It sounds nice. He says, why aren't any of you married?
Because
The
women
world
are
calls
pure
to
evil. And also, they cost less.
He says, oh, is that why Melody has the black goo inside her?
Mm.
Yeah, her ex-husband put it in her.
That is another canon story for a different day, my friend.
He says, oh, Melody, you were married?
No!
She says, what was he like?
Just awful. Just
Oh.
awful.
Oh, so why aren't you married anymore? Did he die?
You know what? In this world, sure. Yes.
The black goo killed him.
This is before the black goo.
Yeah.
Unless
I mean, he
you
was.
all died by black goo.
I mean, he was
I'll
killed more
assume
than once.
everybody but you.
All right, cool. Yeah, and so he just kind of like ponders that for a while, and then the car gets on its way, and so you guys start traveling, and you travel for a full day, and it gets sort of like nighttime, and the driver kind of starts pulling over off into just sort of a nice like forest glade off the road. He says, probably best to make camp here for the night.
I'm gonna look around and be like, well, I'll just stay up because we're gonna get attacked.
He says, why would you say that?
Because we always get attacked, and it's okay because we have a hillbilly to feed him. I mean, I'll defend you.
He says, well, I'd appreciate it if you keep me alive. I drive the
Fancy go
cart.
crawl in his bedroll
Don't
and
worry,
keep him
Daddy.
warm.
I'll keep you
He
safe.
says carts
Yeah,
don't
let's say
drive
climb in his
themselves.
bedroll.
And then he like walks to
Climb
the,
in
to
his
the back of
bedroll.
the cart where there's some like storage, and he gets some oats and some hay, and puts it out for the horses. And then he gets sort of like a sleeping satchel and just lays on the ground. Pulls up a nice comfy rock and puts his head on it, and almost immediately falls asleep.
Humpy rock.
Yeah. So
They really are a joyless people.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Godwin and be like, do you all sleep on rocks?
Harder the better.
Oh wow.
that's what she said. Anyways.
Yeah.
Did you say rocks?
I thought you said a different word that ends with ox.
And that's when I fade into the night.
So, yeah. Do you guys do anything with the night before you fall asleep? Well, before
I
you
do not sleep.
don't sleep, yeah.
I just sit down.
I'm
Cool,
just
yeah.
gonna sit and stare at Simba.
I sleep safely inside the cart.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you guys, the night goes off without a hitch. You don't get attacked. So there.
It's a miracle.
You only did that because we said.
But the
we
next
were.
right.
morning, no.
I've reversed this on you. Ah, ha, ha.
Uno reverse.
Yeah. So the next morning, obviously the dwarf gets up and he,
He's missing 3 fingers.
is he?
Not for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he gets everything ready. Gets the horses, and basically you get on your way. You guys get maybe an hour down the road in the morning, and as you're going down the road, a chicken walks out into the middle of the road.
Damn it.
No.
And
Why'd the chicken cross the road?
the chicken,
Breakfast.
the chicken has a wizard hat, and it has like wands strapped to its back, and its eyes are glowing, and it just stands there. And the horses like immediately stop, and the chicken's just sitting there staring down the cart. Do you guys get out?
I reach into my bag and I pull out a really strange package that says KFC, special herbs and spices.
No.
Keeping
Kyle
up the
gave it
flap-
to me, man.
And
flap
so,
of the cart going, is that the fucking chicken?
Yeah, it's the fucking chicken.
all right. And after a moment of lingering there and looking at the chicken looks back at you. Out of the woods walks Brutus and Ricky and Giuseppe, and Tyrone's with them. Padishar is with them, and the female dragon is with them. But she's in her like little like Lolita girl form, obviously. So especially as soon as she walks out, Simba's like, it's her, it's her.
Yeah, I look at her and say, "Hi, friend," and then I say, "Hey, everyone else," and I point at the chicken and say, "Not you.
Yeah.
Fuck you."
The chicken like spits on the ground, and looks like and then just stares at you, unrelenting.
You know what you did.
Part of me
And,
kind of wants to go and pet the chicken still, because it's still a chicken.
So Brutus says,
I'm here.
Okay. So did you hear what just happened?
Nope, I heard somebody walked out. That's all I heard. Sorry about that.
Simba wants to fuck his sister. You missed that part.
I mean, I guess dragons want to do that, so I mean, they got to make more dragons somehow. I guess who am I to stop him?
Well, we all told him no, don't do that.
You do whatever you want.
So the chicken walked out to stop the cart, and then immediately afterwards, well, not immediately, but a few moments later, Brutus, the guy who's got the decaying skin, you guys have seen a couple times before now, he walks out along with Ricky, the shaman, and Tyrone the cat, Padishar, Giuseppe, and the female dragon in her like little Lolita girl form.
Why are that many people together at one time?
So, yeah, I mean, they walk out, Brutus says, hail there, friends.
Hello.
He says, I see you made it out of the Dwarven Kingdom safely.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I was asleep.
You guys just left.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
And he says, and where are you off to now?
Where are we going? Why are they all together? Why are they all together? That
Dude.
is the most ragtag bunch of group that should be together.
Do you just ask them, why are you all together?
Yes. Why are all of them together at once?
He says, oh, well, you see, old Ricky here, and Tyrone, and Giuseppe, and me, and red as he points to the chicken. He says, "We're old friends from a long time ago." And, and then he says, "And this here elf, Padishar, well, we were breaking Giuseppe out, and he was in there. His cage was open, and so we invited him to come along with us. He joined us in our prison break. And then this is Nala. I believe you guys have met before, according to Giuseppe here.
Is anybody in the group feeling like this is our alter evil egos? Just gonna throw that out there.
Wait,
They might be the
Listen
good
to how
ones.
I'm just hoping I'm Giuseppe.
You know what? They actually may be the good ones.
so I also I excitedly go over to Gray and start telling him shit that has no relevance. Like I start saying, I point over to Mist and I'm like, "That's Bill. I'm Bill also." And I'm like, "And Clancy's our mom, and apparently the cab driver is our father."
Does Nala talk?
She can.
Or she
But right now
She
she's standing there.
has.
can she talk normally now, or is she still like super controlled, or does she still have this? Does she still have a necklace on?
So she does have a collar on, but it's not the same collar she had on before. So you don't know what this collar is doing. No, you could talk to her or address her, whatever you want. I mean, you're all just standing there, right?
She gonna go psychopath on us because she was doll-eyed, before.
Yeah. I mean, she's just standing there, just looking like a little innocent little girl.
How are you doing, Nala? Are you okay?
She goes, "Tee, oh, thank you for asking. I'm doing much better now." She says, my good friend Giuseppe here, he freed me from the castle. Well,
Remember where you turned into a dragon and destroyed everything and flew off? You remember that?
She says, "Yeah, no, I definitely remember that. I wasn't having a good day.
She's not having a good day.
She says, "Yeah,
Same.
I was being told to do a lot by Scott, and I don't like him. And
Name's Scott. He doesn't like himself.
yeah. Well, so now Godfrey wouldn't know this, but so Scott is a Cyclops
That shoots beams out of his
that shoots
eyes.
beams out of his eyes. So, and nobody got the reference when I named him Scott, which made me, sad.
X-Men
Yeah,
reference,
Scott Summers.
but-
But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, so for just on player knowledge, they entered a tournament, and in the tournament, Giuseppe, this little girl who was actually a dragon, and the Cyclops Scott were in the tournament, and they ended up beating them.
Unwinnable event.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. But anyways, she says, yeah, Giuseppe and I, we don't work for the gnomes anymore, so it's a lot better.
So you don't work for the gnomes anymore, but who do you work for?
She says, well, I guess we work for ourselves, I think. And Giuseppe,
All right,
So
cool.
what are you guys doing now?
So then Ricky speaks up, and Ricky says, "Well, since you asked, right now we're just fleeing from the dwarven nation. You see, freeing Nala wasn't exactly the quietest and most unbloody circumstance. You see."
Well, that...
Want to eat some gnomes?
No. She's ate too much as it is. She's ate way too many souls.
And then Brutus speaks up again. He says, "Actually, we're headed over to the Minotaur, the Tar Empire. We're going to seek asylum over there. Although we've been hearing some troubling news coming from that continent, but it's going to be better for us over there than here in the Republic of Dwarden." And
What's
so
the troubling news you've been hearing?
he says there's reports of strange monsters and village attacks. It's all rumors right now, but it seems like they're under some sort of, I don't know, almost like a plague. He says, but I've got some contacts in the town of Ignis, and so I'm gonna head out that way, see if they're still there.
All right.
And then the chicken sort of like clucks at him, and Melody, you've got spirit tongue, right?
Yes.
So the chicken says, basically, to him, like, hey, these guys are really strong, and I kind of want to fight them. You know, what do you think?
Wait a minute. Who is he trying to fight? You know, I don't know. I can't hear this.
Yeah, you don't know. And so Bruce is like, look, you know, so you guys just hear like clucking, and you know, Bruce is like nodding his head, and then Tyrone kind of chimes in like, well, you gotta be careful of the girl. She's got some like evil powers inside her, and then
Right here.
yeah, and then also Ricky says it might not be bad to test out our powers. We haven't been able to go full force in a long time.
First of all, like, why are you just wanting to fight, guys?
Hold on. This is all happening right in front of you. And Bruce says, yeah, okay. So hey, you guys, would you be interested in like a little sparring match?
Can I fight the chicken?
Fighting the
Feel like
chicken?
I
No,
can
I'm
win
fucking
that.
fighting the chicken.
Why does everybody want to fight the chicken?
Well, so I was thinking more of like a team battle scenario, you know.
I really, yeah, and I know where this is going with me. I don't have an option.
So, but I mean, yes, I mean, you don't have to do it.
I really don't think that. Let me. Okay, so who's fighting who?
Oh.
Because I already know where this is going.
Well, he says team battle. Like you'd all just fight like battle royale. You would all fight together.
Oh, we're all just gonna fight battle royale. Remember the last time we fought the dragon?
He says, "Oh, well, don't worry about Nala. So the collar she has on now doesn't control her, but it does keep the dragon powers in check, so she doesn't go ballistic. She understands. We've had a discussion, and she agrees that her powers are too great. She doesn't still yet understand them, so the collar just keeps that in check." But
I'm not worried about her. I'm worried about Big Dummy right here going full dragon.
Big dummy.
Nah, I'm gonna sit this one out if I can't fight the chicken by itself.
So, would you say that?
Yeah.
So,
Like I got no beef with any of you except for that fucker right there.
Yeah, I don't really care to fight them. I mean, I guess
I don't typically fight just to fight.
So the chicken clucks, you know.
The chicken. I challenge you to beard wrestling, chicken.
As the chicken clucks, I just flick it off.
And so Bruce is like, yep. Oh, really? Are you sure?
What am I hearing?
So the chicken's like, hey, I'll just take them all on at once, right? Just let me at them, you know. I can take them. And so yeah, Bruce is like, yep. Oh, really? Okay. So guys, Red here says he'd be willing to take you all on at once if you want.
why is the chicken trying to take us all on at once?
Why is the chicken
Because
wanna
he's
fight?
some OP motherfucker and Mike's gonna put us in our place.
And why would he just want to fight?
Do you ask that? I mean,
Yeah, I kind of would.
okay, yeah. And Red's like, oh, Red just likes to fight.
All right, well.
Because he's a chicken. Because he's a rooster.
Oh.
That's why Red likes to fight. Because he's a fighting chicken. Eh.
That's
Chicken, I thought he was a cock.
I was about to say that's just kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to fight the chicken. He just wants to fight.
I mean, we could at least. Why don't we just have 1v1s? Why does it all got to be a big team battle?
He says, well,
Ye old Michael Vick, no thank you.
he says, I mean, if one wants what you really want, I mean, that's, I guess.
All right, there you go.
So,
Yeah.
So it says, well, yeah, there's a nice little spot over here. I think we could probably use.
We're not trying to fight to the death, are we? I hope
No,
not.
no, it's a sparring match, right? You're not trying to kill each other. You just, it's a friendly fight.
Well, see, there you go, miss. Now you can fight chicken.
So,
Easy
yeah,
enough.
they lead you over to a little clearing in the woods.
Simba, you get to fight your. Never mind. Yeah,
Oh, I don't think they're gonna fight.
I don't think they are either. It may be something that starts with an F.
So, hey, do me a favor real quick. So if you click on at the top where it says journal, and you click on your character name under characters, maybe. Is that something you have?
Let me go check that.
My character's name.
Yeah. Like, so-
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it brings up your info sheet.
Bio and info, character sheet, and attributes.
Yeah.
Oh no, something happened. I just disappeared. I just moved Gotrin on top of my character. Good grief. Yep, I'm gone.
Does it show the character icon that we used before on there anywhere? So if you go to edit, does it show that icon?
It does say drop a file for your art library, though.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
So I was trying to find a way for you guys to drop your tokens on the field.
We can do any picture.
I mean, not giant penises, please.
And fuck roll 20. Let them kick us.
No, no, it's okay.
All right, so if you go to at the top, do you have the art library? Is that accessible to you guys?
What?
I don't see anything
No.
that says library.
Okay. Just looking for because it would be convenient if you guys could just drop your own characters on the field instead of me having to suss out stuff.
Oh, I would do it if I had the picture.
I
Let's see here.
Yeah, why would I be able? Yeah, I don't even know what those are. No, I would never be able to.
Because, like I said, for me to throw a whole bunch of stuff on the field, then it's kind of vain.
It won't let us though.
Yeah. All right. Well, for this particular session, just throw yourself a circle down there.
Okay.
Oh god, it's just making a bigger circle. No! It won't pick it up and move. Oh, delete the other one.
Oh my god. So yeah, so if you just click on it and hold it, you'll be able to move it. If you click on it, and then
Okay,
try to
well,
click
I
on it again,
made too many. I am.
are you blue?
You've multiplied.
Yes, just delete all of them at one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's do this, and then we can fill it with another color. I don't know.
It won't let me put my icon even on there, and I have one.
I don't know. I'll have to sort that out later. All right, cool. So, who's going first? I guess.
I don't care. Whoever wants to go.
All right, well, the chicken steps up.
Well, wanted to fight chicken, right?
Yep.
So,
Cause fuck that
yeah.
chicken.
So the rest of them kind of just like
Well, go ahead and fight chicken. I'm moving back.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. So the chicken just like sort of like steps out on the field,
I'm gonna sit on this boulder.
and then the rest of them sort of like hang out over here on like the embankment or whatever, and the chicken just stands there like smug and doing his chicken thing.
Okay.
All right.
Let's fight this chicken.
All right. Let me. I gotta pull up one more sheet. Hey, chicken stats.
I can't wait to be killed.
Where'd you go? So.
I mean, you won't die. It will just magically be way more powerful than it should be.
All right. So. Pull these turns out. So do you give any trash talk to the chicken?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat you, you fucking asshole. I'm gonna pluck your feather and put it in my cape.
Sure.
Oh wow, that was intense.
Yeah.
Looks like a bok motherfucker.
He doesn't say anything. He just stares at you. That's what he does.
Cool, man.
Let's see. Who's participating? You're not participating.
I'm just sitting on this rock.
Yep.
I'm hiding in the bushes.
All right.
Creepy.
So you hear so you just the wind rustle, and then wah, wah, wah. Do you just sit and stare the chicken down? You looking to make a first move? What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Let me kill this thing. Alright.
Not to the
I'm
death.
going I'm gonna rush at him and stab him with my rapier.
Okay.
So,
Roll for attack.
we did.
Okay.
It's happening.
All right. And roll some damage.
Sure. What do I got here?
And the chicken one-shots you.
Fighter, D4 and a D8. Yep, that absolutely tracks. Fucking stats.
Yeah. So yeah, you go to stab the chicken, and he just twitches his head down slightly, and your blade makes contact with his beak, and it just stops, right on the beak.
Cool.
And then he does things as well. Dice roller. Where are you? Here. So yeah, he definitely takes your rapier with his beak, and he flicks it out of your hand, and as he does that, he jumps in with his claws and digs him into your chest. When he does that, you take 10 damage as he pushes you to the ground.
What?
And then
I told you guys this is how this was going down. He's got a +4, which is illegal. I've been specifically told that I can't have +4s.
What a... Wow, that chicken's strong, bro.
And then he leaps into the air, and then as you hit the ground, lands behind you, and then he just sort of releases a low cluck that kind of sounds like a chuckle, where he's like,
I have the high ground.
and he just continues just to stare at you menacingly.
Alright, I'm gonna turn into a tree ant. Fuck
Alright.
that stupid thing.
reduce the chicken as a tree?
All right, 7 to 9. I get it for 3 turns.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, give us a transformation. What's it look
I
like?
literally turn into a wooden me.
Yeah. So like I mean, as the wooden plates form over your arms and body and face.
Yeah, man.
Your hair kind of turns into leaves, so when you do that, you hear Brutus go, "Oh, fancy," and yeah, Ricky just lets out a bleat, goes, "Ah." Do you want to take an action?
Yeah, I want to attack him.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Yep, that's happening.
Okay. How you doing it?
I'm rushing at him, stabbing him again with the rapier.
So you're picking your rapier along the way because you knocked it out of your hands.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up on my way.
Okay.
Already did.
All right.
Chicken.
Roll a dex for getting it successfully as you run by. Yeah. So you pick it right up.
All day.
Yep. All right, and then go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, that's a D8, a D4, and an automatic 4 damage because I'm a treant.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, you hit the chicken with your rapier. Once again, you don't stab him, you don't run him through. You make contact, and it just pushes him back. You can see his feet grip into the ground, and it just drags the ground underneath him as he slides back. And his head ducks down, and then he slowly raises it back up. And here again, sort of just releases his low chuckle. And then he opens his beak wide, and a blast of fire starts forming inside it.
Trying to get hit with solar beam.
Yep. Yep. And so he releases a giant ball of fire that comes directly at you, and the fireball hits you, doing. Where's that? Nope. That's too much.
How many D100s are you rolling there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. It does 13 damage as it hits you, catching your bark on fire. And as you're set ablaze, what do you do?
You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna die.
Wow.
I'm out forever, Mike. R.I.P.
Anyway,
chicken.
Oh my god.
Nah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put myself out and sit down.
You're just gonna stop, drop, and roll and.
No, I'm just gonna pat myself out like it ain't shit, and I'm gonna sit down. And I'm just gonna stare at him menacingly.
And the chicken just stands there and watches you sit down, and then the chicken looks back at the rest of the group, sort of as who's next.
I want to walk up and stare at the chicken for a minute.
Okay.
And be like, I think I can beat the chicken.
Okay. Pull your whatever out on the field. Mist, you say you're just sitting down over here somewhere. Okay. All right. So the chicken just he sort of turns his body into a position to look at you, and he just looks up at you and just stares at you with his hateful chicken eyes. What do you want to do?
This chicken's kind of weird. And I'm gonna try and cast a spell.
All right.
Ooh. And fail.
Where were you casting?
Summon monster.
Yeah. Cool. So mid cast, the chicken jumps up, and grabs your globe, and like he twists his body and like slams your head directly into the ground. And you take 11 damage as he slams you like head first into the ground. And he sort of like backflips off of your head and then lands like in front of you.
You know what? I think I'm done fighting the chicken.
So do you get up and walk away?
No, I don't get up. I'm just gonna start pushing my feet across the ground and slide myself off the field.
The chicken just like slowly turns his head as he watches you slide off the field. And then he just starts like grooming himself. He starts like, you know, like chickens like look back and will clean their feathers and stuff. He just starts grooming himself now. He's basically just can't be bothered anymore at this point. Does anyone walk out to challenge the chicken any further?
I sit on the edge and pull out a chicken leg out of my backpack and start eating it in front of him. That's it.
Yeah. I guess roll charisma for an intended effect, I guess. So, are you wanting to piss him off, or, you know, what's your intent here?
A laugh.
Okay. The chicken like looks over at you, eating the chicken leg, and he reaches underneath his like wing with his mouth, and he pulls out a small little brown bag, and then he like pokes his head in the bag, and you see like his head wrestling around inside the bag, and he pulls out a dwarf leg and then just starts eating it.
Yes!
Of course he would.
I'm okay with this exchange.
And then he just raises up and just looks at you.
Put her there,
Dude.
friend.
That's disgusting.
And then Sim was like, "What? I mean, you already ate dwarf."
Yeah, and it was disgusting.
So, and then after a minute of that exchange, he like, you know, grabs the bag and slips it back up underneath his wing, and he kind of like looks at each one of you individually for like, you know, a moment, and then starts walking off the field.
Well, I was gonna say, because I can speak with him, I was gonna say I will not fight you because I respect your strength, but I will play you a song.
And he just sort of like looks over at you. He understands you, and then he just keeps walking like a douche.
Okay, well, never mind.
Back to his group, and then he just kind of turns around and like just stands there. And you see like Tyrone, well, Melody, you can see Tyrone leans over the chicken, and he says, I mean, you could have let them win a little bit. And you see the chicken just like throw his head up in the air, you know, like, you know, pridefully.
He's a cocky ass bastard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rest of you challenge any of the. So yeah, I mean, Brutus says. So any more challenges then? Anyone else want to like, you know, spar or? I promise we're not all like as big as a douche as this guy.
Well, the chicken's the
look
only
over.
one that wanted to fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over the chicken and be like, I've killed gods before. You got lucky today.
The chicken just sort of like scratches the dirt and starts back into the ground. So, and then they're all just sitting there, and so Bruce is just looking at you guys inquisitively as though like, you know, was there any other, you know, friendly matches you wanted to have?
I mean, they're the ones that wanted to fight, right? Like,
well, mostly the chicken wanted to fight, and you know, Bruce said you could fight together, or you know, then you also said something about individual fights. And he says that's fine if you want to do individual fights, that's okay. He wasn't aware that you only wanted to fight the chicken.
I mean, I didn't care to fight anybody.
Yeah.
They just wanted to fight. I thought they just wanted to like test their strengths or something.
Yeah.
I didn't care particularly about fighting them in the first place because,
Yeah.
you know, I don't really have anybody I need to fight. I mean,
There's no beef, yeah.
I would like Giuseppe to tell me, you know, where they found Nala at, and that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you can walk over there and have that conversation with him if you want.
Yes, I would like to have that conversation with him.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all I care about.
You walk over to Giuseppe, and what do you say?
I asked him where they found Nala at, because we obviously know the elephant in the room about Nala and Simba.
Yeah.
Because we've already talked about this.
Right.
There's only so many dragons born every 500 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So Giuseppe says, it's like, oh yes, well, we actually found Nala. She was in one of the castle estate rooms. They were keeping her there under guard. After we managed to get after I got freed, and Padishar over here came with us.
Oh no! You misunderstand. Where I'm asking you found Nala. I'm talking about where you found Nala originally.
He says, "Oh, I see. Well,
because we obviously know they're brother and sister."
He says, as Nala's mentioned, we were in service to the gnomes. I was also collared and actually didn't have most of my memories at the time. But they put me and Nala together. I as her handler. If I understand correctly, they got the eggs, her egg, like from some adventurers, I think.
There was adventurers that gave the egg. So she was given to the gnomes in egg form.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Do you know anything about these adventurers?
I do not. Like I said, I had been in prison and enslaved by the gnomes for a long time, and when they brought the dragon in, I was charged with taking care of it from birth.
Okay. Was she always that big of a dragon?
Oh, no.
So how many people did you have her eat?
Well, it wasn't I in particular that had her eat, but the gnomes fed her fresh souls daily for a long time.
Just from everybody. All right.
He says, I don't know where the bodies came from, just that they came.
Oh, okay. Well, I think those two need to have a talk with each other.
He says, well, that could definitely be possibly fruitful. And you call Simba over?
Yeah. Is Nala right there as well?
Yeah, I mean, she's over there by them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she needs. They need to have a talk with each other.
Yeah. I mean, Simba comes up and he says, he walks up kind of sheepishly and he's like, so, hi. And she's like, hi there. And he's like, so you're a dragon too? And she says, I sure am. And they kind of like have sort of awkward pleasantries or whatever. And he says, so I guess you're my sister. And she's yeah, we have the same auras. And he says, can I see yours? And she says, oh yeah, I always keep it concealed because it's pretty noticeable. And so you see her like concentrate for a second, and then you see like Simba. So you can't see her aura, but like
no.
Simba gets like almost overwhelmed when she sort of releases it. You can see him like take a few steps back and like kind of like blink, and he's like, whoa. He says, that's a lot of power. And she says, yeah, but I can't use it all because it makes me angry and I mostly just want to kill everything. And he says, oh, that must be terrible. And so they, once again, there's some conversation going on there. He asks her if she ever met their mother, and she says no. And she doesn't know anything about her. And he says basically same. And they're sort of just chit-chatting. So.
Well, that's pleasant.
Awesome.
So Ricky walks over to Melody, and he's like, Melody.
Yes.
He says, do you guys still have those orbs?
We have someone that is keeping them in safe custody and researching them tirelessly right now.
He says, oh. He says, I'm pretty sure I saw one at the Dwarven capital.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to get that one yet, but that doesn't mean that we won't come back around to it when we can.
He says, the power those things possess are pretty dangerous. It can be a valuable tool or a dangerous weapon. Make sure you're careful with them.
We are.
He says, I would advise maybe you not be the one to hold them.
I am not in current possession of any of them, if that makes you feel any better.
He says, it does. And then he sort of just like explains once again, he sort of, asks you about what you've been up to.
So, well, obviously, you kind of knew a little bit about what we've been up to.
Yeah.
We helped with the current prison break.
Yeah.
And we've been tasked with things here and there. Nothing big. At least in terms of what we typically do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I got a new haircut.
He says, I see. It looks very stylish. Very current.
Painful. Anyway.
Right. Meanwhile, Brutus walks over to Gotrin, Gotrin, you see this. You can't even tell what race he is, but you can see he's mostly cloaked, but his skin is sort of rotting off of his body and decaying. And he's got he's got a little staff in his hand, and he walks up to you and he says, "So I don't think I've seen you with this group before."
Oh, joined him up recently.
He says,
Now we're gonna get some gnomes.
He says, you better watch these ones. Chaos follows wherever they go.
You have a chicken that eats dwarf legs. You are one to talk.
He says, well, yes, we're not...
I've got ears to hear, point taken.
He says, I don't deny that we're not the most normal group, but, well, we're all cursed in one way or another, and we've been around a while. So, to Melody, when you're talking to Ricky, he does ask you, like, have you done any research into what's wrong with you?
I've done some research, and there's some people that have done research. We haven't really discovered a lot yet.
Yeah. And then he asks, who are you working with?
I'm not going to disclose that.
Yeah. All right. He says, oh, I see. Well, that's understandable. Meanwhile, after you guys have been there for a hot minute, Gray, the chicken, walks up to you and just like stands at your feet and stares up at you.
Aw.
Yes.
And he's just like mad dogging you.
Oh my God.
He's
So cute.
What is wrong with this chicken?
And he's like poking his chest out. Let's see. What was there? Oh, Giuseppe says, I think he wants to fight you.
Why?
He says, don't worry about him. He's just a hothead. He says, he used to be an elf.
Well, he ain't one now. Ha ha!
He says, well, I mean, none of us are what we used to be.
Yeah, that's true. Especially me.
He says, and then Giuseppe says to you, he says, I sense a little dragon magic in you.
Yep.
He says, "Is that from your boy there?"
Nope.
He says,
It's
"Oh."
from his mother.
He says, "Wait, so you've met his mother?"
Yep. I was his mother's protector. It's a long story. Getting into that is.
And he says, "Where is she now?" He says, I
She's
would."
not. She is not alive anymore.
Oh,
Let's go with that.
that's unfortunate.
And I'm supposed. Hence the reason why I wanted to find Nala, because I was deemed to protect them both, or 3 of them. That were 3 of them.
He says, "Oh, so there was a third."
Well, that egg apparently got destroyed.
He says, dragons are pretty rare in this day and age.
Yep, they are. That's why they could only be brother and sister.
He says, so, I mean, who kills a dragon?
People do.
He says,
Some very, very unsuspecting people who makes mistakes, sometimes not thinking about what they do.
he says,
Yeah, bigger question. I mean, not out of character. Bigger question: who would ask someone or task someone with killing a dragon? So whatever. Just saying, there's responsibilities all around.
Sure.
Ultimately, out of character, the gnomes killed her.
Exactly.
They commissioned her to be killed.
Yes.
So Giuseppe says, so how do you guys know Brutus?
I don't fucking know, really, Brutus.
So, huh? Wow. Maybe that's a question for someone else.
We approached Brutus on a crossroad.
Some time goes by, and it gets sort of like midday, and the driver starts walking up to you guys. I mean, he's been off by the cart the whole time, and he starts walking into the clearing, and he's like, "Hey, are we gonna keep moving along or what?"
Has this chicken left me alone now?
The chicken's just sort of standing like near you with his chest poked out and still mad dogging you.
Why does this chicken want to fight me?
So he's like, "I guess he thinks you're strong."
I'm literally just gonna get beat up by this chicken, and then I'm gonna have to eat this chicken.
Like I said, just
to absorb his power.
You can just ignore him. It's fine.
Okay.
Should I talk to the chicken and ask, why do you want to fight him?
Yeah, so I mean, roll charisma, I guess.
Yeah, he's already kind of a dick, so I doubt it. He's mildly amicable. That seems to be a trend.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so how do you ask it?
I literally am just like, look, my friend is wondering why you want to fight him. Like, I guess if you give him a reason, but he's just wondering why you want to fight him, because we typically do our best to try to not fight for literally no reason, but
so
we're just looking at your reasoning here.
Chicken turns to you and says, "He seems strong."
Okay. I relay that to Gray.
And he says, "You want to fight?"
You see? Oh no.
And I tell him, I'm like, he's trying to ask me to fight too, and if he's gonna be rude to me, I'm just gonna walk to the cart as well. Like I already told him why, so I'm just avoiding this second questioning.
Yeah.
After I've told Gray what he said.
Oh, so he just wants to fight because he just wants to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. He thinks we're strong and he wants to kick our ass, basically.
Yeah, he wants to.
But I tell him the actual translation too.
He just wants to assert dominance.
But just fighting doesn't always assert dominance.
I know.
I guess you guys are. Well, I mean, the guy with the cart, he's just kind of standing there, tapping his foot at this point, hoping you'll come along.
Yeah, we probably should just go now.
Look at the chicken. I'm like, maybe you should fight. No, I was gonna say maybe you should fight the cart driver, but no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, the cart driver says, "Are you guys starting a farm or something?"
Ooh.
Maybe.
Hey, go tell the chicken.
He says, "Why would I talk to a chicken? It's food."
Oof.
I dare you.
He says,
Yeah, you do a little bitch or something. Go slap that chicken.
"He's like,
Why do I feel like we're not gonna have a driver soon?
He says, "Why would I slap a chicken? You know what? I'm going back to the cart." And he turns around and starts walking.
I bet it's delicious.
There's a gold in it for you.
Oh my god.
He stops.
I bet he does.
And he says, "A gold to slap a chicken?"
No.
I pull it out and I start rolling it through my fingers. I'm like, you go slap that chicken. This gold's yours.
He says,
No, you know what? Gray's right. It should be 2 gold, and I'm gonna pull out a piece of gold.
Oh God.
3
I
gold.
don't really want to see this man killed. I don't want to see this man killed by a chicken today.
He's like, "You know what? You guys are assholes, but you know what? For 3 gold, I'll slap a chicken. I don't care." And he starts walking.
Fuck
over to
yes.
the chicken. So he starts
You know
walking
what?
over to the chicken.
I need a splash guard.
He starts.
Guys, this is a terrible
He starts
idea. We're
walking
literally
towards the chicken.
and murdered for 3
It's a
gold.
fantastic
The
idea.
chicken, the chicken is not even paying
Ray,
any
if you
attention
don't
as
like
he
it, go
walks up
fight
to
the
him.
chicken real quick.
And
I'll fight the chicken if y'all just stop.
What are we gonna do if the
So,
driver dies?
Drive the cart
We're
ourselves.
gonna
I'm gonna
continue the
drive
cart
the
ourselves.
cart. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he walks up.
He ain't gonna
to the
live to collect
chicken.
his money.
The chicken's got his back turned him, and the chicken's just like cleaning his feathers. And he raises his hand up in the air, and he starts to swing to hit the chicken. And he gets like halfway through his swing, and like a gust of like wind and dust just form like right in front of him. And then there holding his hand is Ricky, the shaman, and he's looking him dead in the eye, and he says, "You don't want to do that, my friend. You do that and you'll just be a smear on the road." And he's like, "Why are you stalking me, goat boy?" And he says, "Trust me, it's for the best." And then you hear the driver go, "Ah!" And you see his arms sort of like start trembling, and then like Ricky like kind of pushes him back, and then he's like holding his arm. And he's like, "You know what? This freak show is not even worth 3 gold." He says, "Sorry guys, I'm going back to the cart."
No, this was fun enough, and I'm still gonna give him my gold.
He takes it and he like bites it, and he's like, "Fair enough," and he puts it in his pocket. And there's like a little bit of pep in his step as he's walking back to the cart now. And Ricky looks over at Bruce and says, "That could have been terrible." And Bruce just
I yell out, that could have been hilarious.
Well, I
So,
knew that was gonna be said.
So, I mean, does anyone talk to Patachar? And Patachar's over there just kind of like watching everything unfold.
He's probably
No.
used to our antics,
Yeah, I mean,
or their antics.
Gray and Melody know Patachar, and missed his
Yeah.
wedding briefly. So yeah, I mean, if you guys don't say anything, Patachar does walk up to Mist at some point, and he says, "Hey, Mist."
Yeah, man.
So I just want to say thank you for unlocking my cage. He says, "Look, I'm not going with these guys. I'm gonna head and see what I can do about freeing my sister."
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
He says, "Look, I know where the Gnome stronghold is, and so I'm gonna see what I can do. I don't know, but I can't leave her in their hands."
I do say something nice to Patachar as he leaves.
Right? I mean, he's going the same place you guys are. I mean, he doesn't know
well.
that,
Okay, well.
but
The Gnome stronghold.
Oh my.
Why
I
would you
feel
be
like-
going there, man, by yourself?
he says, "Well, like I just said, my sister is there."
I know, but by yourself.
He says, well, what else am I supposed to do? I don't have an army."
Hey man, why don't you get up on this cart here and help us make fun of this fucking driver?
He says, I don't have time to make fun of some dwarf when my sister is in peril.
You do when we're going to the same place.
Wait, you're going to the stronghold too?
Yep,
He says, why?
that's our own business, but you're more than welcome to come with.
He says, well, it would save me walking the whole way. And then he looks down in his pocket and he says, what do you think, Fang? And Fang chitters up to him and he says, all right, yeah, I'll travel with you.
Sweet.
So he starts walking with you guys. The rest of you head back to the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. So yeah, I mean, you guys all get back to the cart, and when you get back an extra one in tow, the driver looks at Patashar and he says, "Hold on a minute. I ain't saying anything about picking up some stragglers."
Listen here.
He's
You
just a
work for us.
prostitute. It's fine.
He's coming with us.
He says, "Prostitute."
Jeez.
Don't talk about your mom that way, Droller.
I was gonna say that's the part you latch onto, huh?
He's like, "I don't want no funny business in my cart."
Only
then
with
don't
you,
be
dear.
touching yourself.
He says, "I mean, maybe for, I don't know, gold I could let him on."
You can go fuck off, sir.
He says, well, I can't ride enough to stop you, I guess. Do as you will. And he just hops on the cart and grabs the reins as though he's about to take off.
Okay.
And do the rest of you pile onto the cart, I assume?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you guys, keep making your trek towards the. There's several nights and days because it takes about a week, and the rest of the trip is mostly uneventful. Do you guys have any particular interactions you're looking to have on your way there? Discussions, plans, any of that kind of stuff?
I do talk with Patashar.
Yeah. What do you say?
Well, I mean, just general catching up,
Yeah.
seeing how he's been doing and that kind of thing, and talking to Fang as well.
Yeah. So I mean, he didn't have a lot to tell other than because after he left you guys, he was He went to where his sister was being held initially, and then tried to get her in transit to the stronghold. But basically, the dwarves kind of got in the way because they were also trying to do some stuff at that same time. Ended up getting captured by the dwarves, and he's been in the prison ever since. And so, he basically talks about being fed, stale mushrooms and really terrible dirt bread and Fang chitters on about how even the rats taste like dirt, and that they kind of interrogated him, and there was some mild torture, nothing crazy, but a little bit.
Flavorless torture.
Yeah.
Dirt flavored torture.
And that's mostly all he has to talk about. Oh, but he's happy to see trees and stuff again because he missed.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
He's an elf, and so he missed being outdoors.
I get that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did Fang have anything interesting to say?
No, mostly he just complained about dirt mice.
Dirt food. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. And Fang's also glad to be outside.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, so I mean, the days go by, and you guys come up on the town of Kimaruz. The driver says that they're going to stop there and get some supplies and basically stay the night in town there. So, are you amenable to staying in Kimaruz?
Sure.
I guess that's fine.
Hey, I know
Yeah,
what that is.
Melody's house is here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, do you tell me you've got a house here in Kirmaroos?
No. We let him sleep on the cart. Fuck him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gonna go stay in the inn, essentially.
Okay.
I'm gonna spread rumors that he's an asshole.
So
No
yeah,
one's gonna listen because we're not.
I'm gonna spread
dwarves.
rumors that he's a magic user.
yeah.
Oof.
So yeah, you get.
Oh
into,
God, we're here again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so you get in the town of Kirmaroos, and I mean, do you guys head straight for the chateau, Ricky's old chateau, or do you walk around town at all?
I go straight for the chateau.
Yeah.
Chateau 2.
Yep.
I take Clancy's hand and let him lead me wherever he wants to go.
Aw.
Clancy, where you
I
going?
lead him directly to the restroom because I've been holding it for most of the trip.
I mean, you could go anywhere at any time, essentially.
Yes, but that's impolite.
Okay. So do you go to the restroom like at the tavern, or?
As far to the other side of the village as possible.
So we established, the tavern's here, tavern and inn. This is the mayor's house. There's an old folks community over here.
Definitely the old folks community.
Did
They've got
they
the best
rebuild?
bathrooms.
Yeah, they definitely rebuilt the old folks community.
Okay, good.
Because they were so I mean, Gatron and Clancy would not have been here when they came the first time. But just on player level, Derek, they came here and
Burned down an old folks' home for a distraction.
they murdered the mayor's cousin, and then burnt down the old
Murdered
folks'
is
home.
such a strong word.
I did no such thing.
It was
sir.
more like relieved of life.
And first of all, it wasn't our whole group.
No,
It was a very jealous fish.
It was.
It was a very jealous fish.
It was a crime of passion.
We
Yeah.
merely helped hide the body and distract.
Yeah.
Merely.
Yeah, I mean, you guys also, before doing all that, did find a lot of the trapped miners and free them from the tyranny of the rock golems.
We had to kill a couple of them because they could not be ungolemed.
Yeah, they were being controlled by the stone orb.
Ungolemed.
Yeah, ungolemed.
Well, we used healing magic to try to ungolem them, and some of them we could, but there were a lot of them.
Yeah. So, but then at a party that they were having in their honor, it was discovered, one of their party who was no longer with them was accused of murdering. And then when he was accused, they basically
He was more found out.
yeah.
But yeah.
He sucks at hiding bodies.
He definitely did it,
Yeah.
but
they set fire to the old folks' home and then made a hasty
He did it because the love of his life is a prostitute.
well, one person set fire to the old folks' home
Yeah.
and the trees around.
Yeah. So I mean that was months ago.
Yeah, they totally forgot.
But so Gatron and Clancy, as you're walking through town, there are some old worn posters that have some images, and it does say "wanted," and one of them looks vaguely like Mist, and vaguely like Melody, vaguely like Gray. There's
Why am I wanted?
because you were here. There's one that looks like a fish man, and one that looks like a sort of a fiery redheaded harlot in a red dress.
Cool. I'm gonna take and pull off the ones that look like Miss Gray and Melody and be like souvenirs.
And you've met Fiamma, Clancy.
Yeah, but I haven't talked to her much, so I don't care
Yeah.
about getting her a souvenir.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting us souvenirs. Nice.
And Gatron, you would definitely know that they kind of look like Melody and Mist and Gray. Some of the ones you've seen. So, and now, Gottrin, would you say you've been to Kimmeries before?
Sure. I mean, I've traveled around. Is it a
Right.
decent sized city?
It's just like a mid-sized city, but it is very centrally located on the continent, so it is a
And
yeah
And
the
it's
hub.
Yeah.
dwarfy things.
yeah, and it's very like it's basically only dwarves and humans, and they pretty much hate magic here. So, so yeah, I mean you would know. So I mean yeah the town is basically it's mostly a mining town, and they hate.
Yeah, I've been here before.
Yeah, they're still stuck in the old ways of hating the Fae.
They're
And
super mildly racist.
they're yeah, for sure. And everyone knows everyone else here. I mean, it's very like like a bigger Mayberry almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and that's sort of what you know about this place. So, all right. So yeah, I mean, Clancy, you go to the bathroom. You know what? Roll me a defy danger on your Constitution.
Even is my constitution. Ah. 7.
Cool. You just have
Tease
like
yourself a little.
yeah, no, you just have like a really mild UTI. It'll be gone in about a day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah, you held it too long. So, but it's just mild, right? It won't hinder you in any way. It'll just be an annoyance.
Yeah.
Gottrin, what do you do while Clancy's peeing? Do you go in the bathroom with him?
I stand outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
why
sure.
not? Stand in the next stall as close as I can and pee as well.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. So, I mean, the rest of you, you get to the house that Ricky bequeathed Melody, and do you? I mean, are you looking to accomplish anything here?
Nope.
I asked, are we staying a while or are we trying to get out as fast as possible?
Whatever you do, don't go to bed by that fucking door in the living room.
Well, so I mean, the driver basically is just wanting to stay here the night and then be on your way again in the morning because basically,
And no, I don't do anything.
yeah, because he just wants to restock and resupply, get the horses some stuff, and then it's another like day's ride south to the gnomes base. So, do any of you go into town for any reason?
No.
No. Right, cool.
Yes, I would go to the tavern.
Yeah. So now you guys do have a portal tree here, if you recall.
Yeah.
So you could easily visit the guild, while you were here.
Oh.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's make like a small group trip.
Guild trip.
Now I don't think Gottrin's done the whole tree travel thing with you guys yet.
Nope.
Yeah. So how do you navigate that?
I just watch and pay attention.
Well, I'm asking, do they even like let you in on the behind the curtain sort of thing? Hello?
That's not.
No. We just lost everyone.
What
Yep,
happened?
we all died.
Are you guys making a pit stop to the guild?
Yeah.
Sure.
What about Mist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then are you guys taking Gottrin with you?
Yeah, if he wants to go.
I mean, do y'all blindfold him, or you just let him see the whole thing?
Who gives a fuck? Goddard, you want to go somewhere real cool?
Let's go.
Cool.
All right, man, let's go.
As long as there are no damn chickens.
Yeah. So
fucking
they sort of lead you right out here, out in front of the house, and there's a tree standing there, and Simba walks up to the tree, and he like sort of claps his hands and rubs them together, and he holds them out, and he starts sort of pouring energy into the tree, and like a portal opens up that leads what looks like into like another forest, and everybody sort of walks in. Gotron, do you just walk right in with them?
Yep.
Yep, cool. At this point, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're in sort of this glade with a bunch of different trees, and then somebody opens up one of those, and everyone walks through. And when you do, you pop out in a place. What do I have? Somewhere. Is this the one? Nope, that's not the one I want. There's another one. Where did you go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Huh, all right. Well, let's do this from him. We need. Here we go. Doing the things and stuff. Uploading takes forever. So, also, a good bit of construction's been happening since you've been gone.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh, hold on. Let's make this bigger.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So you guys, you pop out here in this tree. And so
I can't even remember.
at first you don't see any of the new additions, obviously, because you're still in that forest wood. But yeah, so in Gotron, you pop up in sort of a completely different place, like that you were before. And this will definitely be a place you've never been before. You arrive. Oh, come on. And then so you guys emerge from the forest, and you definitely see like some of the new construction that's happened since you've been gone. What do you want to do while you're here?
I can't remember. Besides the brewery, what else was my building? Because I know I had something else being built.
You had the brewery, and then I honestly don't remember what else.
It was the animal thing.
Oh yeah, that's not built yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you get out, the first thing you notice is obviously the market's expanded.
Yeah.
And there's been some additional buildings added along here. The original Ted Shack has been demolished and replaced with a larger building here. There's definitely the Capitol building that you were looking to have built has been constructed. And then there's another building off to the side of that you may not know the purpose of yet. And so yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Look around. And
I'm
check
gonna go
on
to
my
the guild hall.
Check on my brewery as well.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Probably should go hunt because I'm sure Simba's hungry.
For sure.
Oh.
And what do Gottfried and Clancy do?
I'm gonna look at Gotcha and be like, "You want to get a house bill here for us?"
Do it.
Sweet.
You guys take off. Then Mist, as soon as you get to the guild hall, Gorm's in there, and he says, "Oh, welcome back."
How's it going, man?
It's going good. Yeah, the construction's going well. We got the Capitol building done, and then we got a little emissary building built off to the side of that. And then Fluffy's business is booming. She's added some small businesses on the outskirts of her business. She's got some finer stay establishments that are a little nicer than the inn, and some event space. Hey, so listen, there's something I do want to show you. So, just before Ted left, he slipped me a piece of paper, and it had some plans in it, and then it also had the location where I could find some funds. And wouldn't you know it, Ted actually had stashed away about 250 gold. I don't know where he got it. But the note basically said he wanted to build something nice for you guys for all the trouble he had caused. And so if you'll come with me, I want to show you something. And so he leads you back behind the guild house through the woods, and in the back of the forest, just tucked away, is a large like arena. And he's like, yeah, Ted said he wanted to like make a giant like event space, party space. You know, and so there were the plans for this arena, and so like we had it built, you know.
Well, I was expecting much worse, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ted. It could have easily been a sex dungeon.
You know? Yeah. Who says that the arena can't be?
So, and then he tells you too. So he tells you that some a settlement has come up, and obviously they're paying rent. And so there's a larger settlement just off the river, and then a smaller one on the other side, which you can see sort of here and here. So you can't see it yet, but you've been told about it essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. And while you're talking with Gorm, Melody, you've gone to the brewery, and when you get there, Tweeg is there, and also Imogen is working with him, and then they've got some other workers, and they're in full swing. I mean, you've got several batches in production, and there's like bottles all over the place and whatnot, and so it seems like things are going really well.
Nice.
Yep. And then Gray, you and Simba get out in the woods. You're hunting down some boar or whatever. And while you're out there, Simba sort of says to you, he says, "So, Pops, do you think one day, like, Nala and I could, like, get a house together?"
You want a house with Nala?
He says, "Yeah, she's my
Or
sister."
do you... Okay. I mean, you're a dragon. I mean, eventually, you won't have to stay in the form you are. You can just go out and do your own thing. I mean, you could do that now.
He says,
but...
"Well, you said it wasn't safe."
Yeah, right now it's not.
He says, "Well, when it is safe." So
I mean, if she wants to get a house with you, I guess. I mean.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know any other dragons.
Yeah, neither do I, except you and her.
Oh, okay, cool. And then Clancy, where have you taken Gottrin to?
Whoever's in charge of city planning.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I mean, I guess you would go to the city hall then. And then there's a number of workers now in city hall that Gorm is basically employed. And so, I mean, you walk in and there's a front desk, and there's a female troll behind the front desk, and she's like, she's got like a sort of like stylish glasses on, and like a nice necklace, and she's wearing a nice blouse, and her hair is like done well, and she says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Oh God, that voice though.
Very smacky.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful.
She says, "Oh, you are a charmer, aren't you?"
Oh,
Yeah.
she's been chewing
My-
on rocks.
Good buddy Gottrin here and I would like to get a house built.
She says, "Oh, really? And how will you be paying for said house?"
With money and or sexual favors.
She says, "Oh my, well, I don't think the latter is something that you can
The
pay."
money is what you need to give me.
She says, "Well, there's a good bit of paperwork you'll have to fill out, and do you have a location in mind?"
Gatrin, where do you think we should build a house?
We should build it. What is that little red tent thing? What's that? We want it right next to that, but we want ours to look like a chicken.
Where at?
Oh my.
That little red dragon one. Between
over here?
Yeah. What do you think about that, Clancy?
Clancy's
So, like,
house
right
is
here?
gonna be next to the dragon statue.
She says, that's actually a very, well, in order to get something built on that location, you'll have to speak to the owners of the guild. She says, I can arrange
Only I knew who they were.
She says, I might can arrange a meeting, but currently we don't know where they are, or when they will return.
Yes, please. If you do hear of the owners of the guild coming back, do arrange a meeting for me.
Yes, I can certainly get that done for you. How should I contact you?
Just yodel out the door and/or send a notice to the inn.
She says, okay, well, and what name should I put this under?
Oh no. Oh no.
Charles.
Charles it is. Okay, let me write that down. Charles. Yes. So there'll be a processing fee for the request. It will be 25 silver.
Oh, okay. I'll hand her 25 silver.
She says, yes. Okay, very well. I've got your information here, Charles, and I will definitely just leave the word with Gorm. He's head of our government council here, and he'll contact the owners as soon as they're in.
Thank you. Thank you very much, dear.
Yes, thank you. Is there any other orders of business I can attend for you?
Yes, about those sexual favors. They're still on the table.
She says,
I'll
oh,
beat the end.
no. Oh, my. I think not, sir. And then she looks down at Godwin and she says, now you, sir, well, call me. And she winks at you.
I stroke my beard provocatively.
She blushes a little bit.
Well, I see who the ladies' man of our little group is.
I said, but you have to bring Clancy in too. That's all for one.
She said, oh, I'm not that kind of girl.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'll just watch.
You're missing out. You don't know what you're missing.
She says, well, I just don't think I'm quite that progressive, I suppose. I'm an old-fashioned girl. And then
Don't live forever.
She says, well, if there's no more business, then I must really attend to the others. And, there's some people that have walked in since you've been there.
Sounds good.
And then, Mist, do you, we're going to close here in a second. Do you have any things you're asking of Gorm while you're chatting with him?
Not really.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, you I guess you're heading back to the guild hall.
Well, before
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you check in on Wax at all?
Did we what?
Mist.
No, I figured I'd do that before we leave.
Okay. All right. So I think we'll close here. We've hit time, so yeah, we'll close with you guys sort of like exploring the guild. I mean, you don't have a lot of time because you've got to get back, by
Exploring the guild, checking on pets.
Yeah. And I'm sure Kyle's up to some sort of scheme or something too. So, yeah, we'll
Kyle's
close.
always up to schemes, bro.
Right. We'll close there for the night, and we'll reconvene next week with assault on the Gnome stronghold, I suppose. So, close.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Goodbye, stream. Goodbye, stream.
Bye.
Goodbye, stream.
Later.